Time for a look at your West Tennessee forecast with meteorologist Brian Davis.
Welcome in, everyone. Well, I hope you're having a great Wednesday so far. We're going to take a look at your evening forecast, and we've got quite a few showers and a few rumbles of thunder out there, weak thunderstorms that we're seeing out across the area. So let's go ahead and take a look. At least we don't have any watches and warnings. We do have that flood advisory that goes until 6 p.m. This is going to be for Shelby County, but taking a look at the cameras across the area, we had a nice big downpour there in the 1 to 2 o'clock hour in and around Savannah. Totally different at this time. We're back to drying out. We've got some sunshine coming through at 90 degrees. And boy, after a big downpour, you give it about a couple of hours, it heats back up on a day like today, and it just makes it even more humid out there. Feels like 100 there in Savannah. All right, let's take a look at downtown Parsons, 86 degrees. It wasn't too long ago that we had a shower there, but starting to dry out there pretty good. Looking at Memphis coming in at 86, and those winds out of the northeast there at about 9 miles per hour. And we're looking at Paris, kind of a hazy sunshine. You can see some of those clouds in the background there, but some scattered showers and storms all throughout parts of West Tennessee today. Temperatures, of course, quite a range there where we haven't seen rain as nearby. You know, it's much warmer where we've got the 90s on the board there, places like Ridgely into Trenton and Union City, and then where it's a little cooler where we've had some of those showers, 84 in Lexington and Parsons. We've got 84 in Bolivar and even 82 right now in Covington and Ripley. Those winds kind of coming out of the south and east right now, about 8 miles per hour, as we've got that low off to the southwest of us, and we're getting that flow out of the southeast in and around that low today. Radar still pretty decorated, though. The strongest activity I've been seeing is up here around Lake County. That's where we had a few lightning strikes going on. But again, most of the stronger activity is on into Missouri, just away from Lake County, just north there of the Reelfoot Lake area. And then we got a few showers scattered around in and around Memphis, of course, some very slow moving activity, and that has led to the flood advisory that's been going until 6 p.m. this evening. Those storms you can see barely moving along and hardly any lightning with those, mainly just some of those heavy downpours. I know as I was out earlier this afternoon, we left, it was partly sunny. Within about 15 minutes, it was coming a downpour, and you get soaked. You know, it's that time of the year. A few little showers in and around Decatur and parts of Henderson County, and then we've got a few showers around Benton over towards Henry County, Weakley County, and then we've got that little area of thunderstorms that's been popping up this hour in and around Brownsville. Now, that's got a pretty healthy amount of lightning in it. And it'll continue to move off to the west-northwest towards the Ripley, Gates, and Halls area this evening. And then as, the sun gets lower in the sky, that will start to fall apart. But that one there is the strongest storm that I see entirely in the West Tennessee area right now, located there just west or just to the east of the Henning and Ripley area, right over northeast portions of Brownsville. Be careful with that. Probably looking at some 20 to 30 mile per hour winds, but pretty numerous on the lightning count going on there. All right, let's get a check on our surface map. It'll show that low sitting off to the south of us. As we mentioned, the steering winds, the jet stream, it tends to migrate further northward this time of the year. So we tend to just get these systems that drift around. They can move around. They can stay with us for days. And that's one reason we got a little dry day there on Monday, is that low, it moved east of us on in towards East Tennessee, but then it came back to visit as it moved back to the west again in through Mississippi. And that has brought kind of an eastward flow through here. And that's why our showers and thunderstorms have been moving from east to west. In another note here, we've had severe weather across parts of Maine and Connecticut. That's something you don't see every day. And they were in a 3 out of 5 yesterday, enhanced risk, still a 1 out of 5 today. And New York City in a severe weather risk, as well as parts of Texas and parts of Montana. Tomorrow, same old, Maine, once again for the third day in a row, will be in some kind of a severe weather risk, although it is lower. But again, that's not something you see on every day, every city block. All right, close-up view, no severe weather here. And you can see on Futurecast, we'll continue with some of those showers and storms right through the evening hours. And then tonight, some of that will kind of fall apart, but there's still a low-end threat that we could see still a shower and thunderstorm out there. It's just most of them will weaken and fall apart. So we'll go from about 50% odds right now down to about 20% odds by 8 o'clock to around 10% odds by the 10 o'clock hour. All right, let's take a look at our 7-day forecast, upper 80s. One more day tomorrow, 40% odds. And on Friday, 90 for the high. So we're going to start to climb in temperatures. We'll be at 40% odds there, at least for the early afternoon Friday. Then mostly sunny. It's going to be very isolated there on Friday. Saturday and Sunday look dry, around 91. Then we're going to head up into the approaching the mid-90s on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And some of the model trends are calling for upper 90s there towards the middle and end of next week, but definitely the following week, even some triple digits are showing up. So let's enjoy the slightly below normal temperatures, because it does look like it is going to get much hotter in the days ahead. Take care, everyone. That's a look at your evening update. Thanks as always for watching West Tennessee Weather Channel.
We are West Tennessee Weather Channel.